Live. I don't know if it's going to go back
Well,
onto the same stream or what. Probably not.
I don't know if it's. I don't know how streams on YouTube work. Is it possible to do that?
Sometimes it happens, other times, well, we're about to find out now. Nope, down. Well, the stream, it's all still set up the same way. So sorry about that, folks. We currently are just getting everything set back up. Um, okay, that works. Right, so let's go back to it. So we have to do that whole mission all over again. Basically, what happened was we um, we were playing as normal, talking as normal, and then I don't know what happened. Blue screen of death.
It's just a thing that happens.
Sometimes it happens indeed.
You never know why. It just does.
We're going to be sure to save this time round.
The hell. So I've got a little window from you. From you on Steam. It just want to maximize though. I don't know if that's a new invite or the old one.
Well, I sent you an invite, of course.
Can you send me another one now?
I'm in the middle of a
Because I couldn't.
game, so I don't know how you.
That one I couldn't open. When you're able.
Yeah. Can't skip the cutscene because the cutscene, of course, is also the actual characters getting into position. Shazbot. This has thrown me into a loop. What a loop. End of mission. Nice.
Yeah, you need to have me there before the mission starts, right?
I just assumed you were there. Invite. Invite sent.
There. Steam, what the hell are you doing? I don't like to have to say this, but I can't get it up.
Happens
Hang
to
on.
every man.
I'm going to reload Steam.
Yep.
You ever have this happen in Windows where you've got a window that you click on it, but it won't come up off the taskbar?
Kinda? Yeah.
That's what's
I
happening. It's on the taskbar minimized, but I can't maximize it. So I'm going to reload Steam. Maybe it's just a Steam glitch.
Okay. I'll have to edit the title of While you do that, I'm gonna edit the title of this one.
We're an honorary GDR stream right now because of all the technical difficulties. Oh, that's weird. I restarted Steam and then it just came right up.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Ladies. Steam Agra.
What?
Steam Agra. It's like Viagra but with steam.
Oh, yes.
So invite.
All right, let's try this. There we go.
Hooray!
Let me fix my squad. My sweet boys in there. All right, ready.
Sweet boys, Emperor's Hammer. Let's get going. Hopefully we won't have to do this again.
All two of them.
You'd think he'd be able to deploy more, but technically he's not in command of the whole chapter, so.
No, I meant tactical targets are displayed on the map. All two of our tactical targets.
Wanna go for the other side this time? Spice it up. We don't need to get one.
I guess.
Imagine if we tried to do this where one of us took one side, the other took the other.
Oh god, that would be just a giant pile of failure.
Yeah, I'd get the worst of it though because there's more infantry than there is armor. I'm gonna heal up.
Oh shit! I'm showing my arse to them now. Didn't mean to do that.
I shall lob the smoke.
It's almost like a tank is a difficult thing to turn around for some reason. Also, with these tank designs, it's kind of hard to tell which one's the arse end sometimes.
Yeah, in fact, I was thinking like these tanks are like inherently broke. Like they're really badly designed. They're very top heavy and they're very what's it? They're too big. Like they're big old targets.
Well, that's what a tank is.
Yeah, but you can mitigate that a little bit. You want more, but of course it would be weird in the 40k universe if it was just sleek. It wouldn't look right.
Yeah, you accuse it of being an Eldar collaborator then.
Yep.
Filthy Xeno
Aerodynamics?
lovers.
What do you mean?
Well,
Profile? Are you saying that you want to profile them?
the Imperium does not do aerodynamic.
Have you seen their
It does flying cathedrals.
Yeah.
Have I seen what?
Have you seen the what was it? They're like aircraft, like the Thunderbolts. They're just these engines with scrap strapped on it. They're just so over.
Pretty much.
They're just beyond huge. I wonder why we're getting all these items. This is like the last mission.
And it's probably not programmed to have it be conditional. It's just
Chance of dropping.
chance of drop, and it's just always there. Yeah. I mean, the stuff you get from kills is always just chance of drop. I don't think it's ever a set thing except for some with bosses, maybe.
Yeah. Like teleportarium or key code.
Yeah.
Shit.
I like how your repairs are outpacing his ability to damage you.
Yeah. So, I was thinking for Retribution, how are we going to approach this? Assuming you still want to do Retribution.
Well, we can decide which campaign we're going to do in there.
I think we should only really do one and then say that we
I agree, because they're all basically the same anyway.
They are. Like,
the only difference is a couple of them have different goals depending on which army you are.
Yeah.
Like there's the one where you're supposed to save a village on Calderis.
Yeah.
But if you're playing Chaos, you don't, or Tyranids or whatever, you don't give a shit about that.
No, that's true. So maybe just do stick with the Raven Guard, get their story finished.
Well, maybe we'll do two then, because I'd like to do the Imperial Guard as well.
Yeah, Imperial Guard's good.
We gotta have the Lord Commander and Sarge on an adventure.
Threatening to shoot each other.
No, that's the Commissar.
He doesn't say anything. Borum, I think his name is.
No, hey, his gun speaks for him. You're getting swarmed by weenies over here. It's like a Saturday night.
Weenie Storm. All you boys want to come out later? We're having a wee
Speaking of
roast.
Lindsay Ellis, reminds me of that picture of her getting hot dogs thrown on her face.
She still says that's her greatest achievement to the internet.
Well, that earns her a little respect from me.
Yeah, I mean, she's gone full, like, liberal extreme, but she can still make fun of herself.
Well, she hasn't gone fully extreme yet, though.
Shit!
Yeah, why haven't you healed yourself? You silly lad.
Woo!
Why am I not using my main cannon? There we go.
Weird. Weird, sort of like an engine struggling outside my window. What is there something going on outside there? Alright, let's deal with these first and then I'll have a check. It sounds like almost sounds like a dump truck or something's outside. But it's like the middle of the day.
It's odd.
Very odd for a tiny little village. Maybe there's like a fire or something. We also have like the tractors and everything. There's a big tractor.
Oh, you kicked the hornet's nest up there.
And for some reason I can't move. There we go.
Alright, don't move after this. Don't move.
I'm just gonna
click your repair button if it's ready and
quickly
check
put my
your
head out
thing.
the window and.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, thanks. All right, back in a second. Nothing. Whatever it was is gone now.
I think it's just chaos messing with your head. There was never anything there.
Nothing was there the whole time. It was all an illusion.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Okay, we're good to go. We'll try not to get bogged down this time around. Our object is just to keep moving to Alkir. Not try to kill an endless supply of enemies.
Yeah. Of course, the strike force is named Fury.
Strike Force Daffodil, engage!
I would love to see that. And it's not even like it's a particularly nature-loving chapter or anything. They're like the most industrial.
The Iron
Hands
Hands
ones. Yes, Iron Hands, Strike Force Daffodil, Strike Force Tulip. I would love that. They're the most meddled up ones ever, but they're also the most ironic.
It's kind of like Serious Sam if it was like a chapter.
I thought that's what 40k already was.
Kinda. I suppose in that case the Sam would be not Sam. The goofiness would be the orcs, I guess.
Oh, did you hear there's a Serious Sam 4 coming up?
I saw. I'm not a big fan, but I'll tell you who is. Metal Monkey. He'll probably
I quite like Serious Sam, although 3 had some jank.
I never really got a chance to get into it. I mean, I know from time to time it's even come out as free. Like I think I saw 2 for free at one point. But
I like the over-the-topness. It's almost like Duke Nukem without the misogyny.
But that's half the fun. What a dance.
Although I have to say, as much as people hated Duke Nukem Forever, it did have some entertaining things like You didn't have a health bar, you had an ego bar. It was just your refusal to die.
Do do do. Drank beer. He's a fucking lightweight though. One beer and he's absolutely shit faced.
I know, right? But I like the fact that his health was his ego bar, and you could find various things you could do to
It
boost your
increases,
maximum ego
yeah.
bar higher
And
by
like
fucking around with the
getting
environment.
top score on the. There's so much busy work in that game. There's like pinball machines, pool, um,
Yeah.
uh, the punching bag, whacking alien, spanking girls, drawing shit, witch
And my
shit.
absolute favorite, slapping the alien wall titties.
It's a new silicon-based life form. I thought the tonal shift of that was weird. They're all talking about like how goofy and strange everything is, and then the girls get raped and their bodies blow up, and you're just there
Yeah.
like, okay, that's an odd tonal shift you're going for. Although technically that was kind of what was always happening, um, in the Duke Nukem games.
Yeah, but they kind of really didn't focus on that so much.
Yeah.
You gave it more
I wasn't
attention.
I wasn't a fan of it. I think Duke Nukem Forever is a perfect example of what happens when a game's in development hell.
Yeah, absolutely.
It just ends so badly. The graphics look terrible because they were using like last gen logic. They were constantly making.
That's part of the reason why they were in development hell. They changed engines like 5
They
times.
did like the first Duke Nukem Forever was like promised in like 2000.
So they
After
basically had to start the whole game over multiple
yeah,
times.
it's
Yeah.
like the people who mod Morrowind. They have to put up with a lot of shits because they've been still modding. Like there's this one project to make the
Oh, did you
mainland.
save the game?
Oh shit! Good idea. Can't.
Well then.
Well then, we put ourselves up to the gods. I'm not gonna lie though, if it does crash again, I'm not going for round
Yeah.
3. We can just say we beat it and
I
then
mean,
move
close
on
enough,
to
right? We were gonna.
yeah, we're gonna kick some ass. Good enough for government work.
Yep. Or as my friend says, it's close enough for the girls she goes out with.
Eh.
Oh shit. Orion went down. I didn't even notice. Oh shit.
The hell? Did you
That hurt.
bloody move? Kadunk. Delightful.
I'll be right there. I must resupply. Evitus needs more mans.
This is all just one big clusterfuck in glory of Okir.
Yeah, pretty much. It's very 40k.
Yep. And yet, the weird thing is, Okir is a greater demon in Nurgle, but he has like corn worshippers in his employ.
Yeah, they're just here for the glory of battle. They don't care. They just want to kill shit. So he might as well make use of them.
Also, they probably didn't ever code in any models for like leg bearers. Like sometimes it's Occam's razor, you know, like the most obvious answer is usually the
Yeah.
answer is usually the most obvious, you know. I mean, it's cheaper just to have a bunch of the same old enemies over and over again.
All right, let's get away from these guys. We're getting bogged down again.
We are. We cannot have that. Although you gotta die. All who dies dies for the Plague Lord. He's cool like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I just realized I've got Thaddeus and not Tarkus. That makes me sad.
Oh shit! I hadn't noticed.
Thaddeus is just so easily forgettable.
It really is.
Him falling to chaos is fucking hilarious. Like it's like you can't fire me, I quit. You know.
Sounds about right. Oh shite!
Damn, Jonah.
I just got his ass handed to him.
Smashy, smashy. I hate that it takes a few seconds after you teleport to begin attacking. It kind of defeats the purpose.
It does, doesn't it? I always thought the rocket jump was a lot more fun.
Very much, but of course they're in Terminator armor, so they probably couldn't have gotten a rocket big enough. Would have been
Yeah,
hilarious to
no,
look
for
at,
sure.
though. Very fun to look at. Time to call in an artillery strike. Boom, 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 boom. Sir Thaddeus ran away. No shock.
Could be going north.
Honey
I
tits.
believe.
Now needs to keep on.
I don't know why the army's going south. I think we're supposed to go north. Or does that where it connects? Because it looks broken on the map.
Oh, if I'm right, something happens and it's like uh the
Something
wall
crumbles
breaks.
and
Yeah, the
creates a
wall
connection.
breaks and creates a new location. Yeah. In the meantime, I guess all we just do is just run around and kill off chaos because.
Well, why don't we take these points then for the meantime?
Yeah. I'll take this one.
Also, there's some sort of red force field up north.
Yeah, it's kind of like the invisible barrier MacGuffin thing going on. Not sure what our end goal is. Probably wherever the
All
hell,
of the here,
wherever
I'll see if I
Gabriel
can.
Angelos is going. I imagine. Here we go. Here we go. I commend you on your persistence, Blood Ravens. With the betrayal of your brother Martellus, you strive on.
It's interesting that they named him. That means they had to have re-recorded this multiple times.
Yep.
It looks
Here
like
we
your
go.
guys are completely split up, by the way.
Yeah, where are you at?
I was up by Thaddeus, but Honeytits seems to be really far away.
Well, we cannot wait forever. So let's teleport. Let's get Thaddeus and do something productive with him. And
Looks like Honeytits got swept up in the main assault force.
yeah. Oh, Kira's gonna be fucking OP. I guess we're gonna have to take on Elephas. He'll probably unlock the gate at that point. It's just we can't. There's nowhere really for us to go.
Actually, maybe we can. Maybe if we follow the main defense force, it'll have a thing. Does
Yeah,
it connect over there eventually, or do we have to do Elephas? Is it actually optional?
it's optional. So it's blue, so that's optional. But at the same time, he's right there, and we'd have to go all the way back otherwise. Random rock taking up half the screen. Great. Okay, and there we go. Yeah. Okay, well, we can't really wait around forever, so let's defeat the Chaos Champion Eliphas. Oh, he teleports to the other side of the map, doesn't he? But he leaves open the space here. So regardless,
I think maybe you have to fight him once, but you don't have to chase him down the second time.
that's right.
Is that what it is?
I think so. So let's
It's been a
us.
while since I've played this. Shit, you just got dropped all at once.
Mhm. Damn. No healing supplies yet. There we go. Nope. Thaddeus can do something productive, like take on these shrines on his own. That'll take forever. Oh, fuck. There's more of them. Motherfucker using Doom Bolt on us.
A cheater, eh?
Yeah. What next? Magic Missile? That's
I
Magic
mean, I
Missile.
thought he just did that. Yeah.
Are there girls in the tavern? If there are, I wanna do them.
I wanna do them.
Did you ever? Did you ever play Summoner?
Did I ever play what?
Summoner. Did you ever play it?
The computer game, you mean, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that they did that scene with the characters, including some characters from like Red Faction.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different game then.
It's like an Easter egg.
Just no.
They're playing like D&D and they're recreating that scene. And he's in like,
I thought
where's
the game
my
was older
king?
than that meme.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Um. Yeah, it was the main guy from the game, a guard from Red Faction 2, and this demon thing, and he's looking through like the fridge. What's my character doing? I told you, he's in the tavern. Damn it, Gabriel, you have fallen. As you shock.
It's like the timer has stopped during this fight. Actually,
That's a bad sign.
maybe it filled up, but his
What?
health isn't full.
How much stronger have you made Valkyr? Oh, trust
Stop it
me,
with the doom bolts
Abaddon won't let
already.
you die. You're gonna come
You're not
back
allowed
and
to
you're
doom
gonna.
bolt us while we're talking. Come on, man.
Yeah, I think it's just a sprite. I actually don't think it's doing any damage.
That one did.
Eliphas again proves to be a disappointment. Shrine to Zinch. No one likes you, Zinch. Know-it-all son of a bitch. And birds suck. Except for Dusty. He's a beautiful bird.
Hey, you can't say that when you're not being paid to.
I am so close for reaching that threshold now. Fair, I'll know that'll be the last thing on my list to see if I've made it in the community. Is when Dusty shows up and donates to me and say, so I can tell he's a beautiful bird.
I know, right?
I mean, I've actually
I want that
achieved
to
more
happen as well.
generic stuff. Like, I've had more generic stuff. I've had to deal with stalkers. I've had to deal with trolls, and I've had to deal with scammers. But this is a uniquely DP experience.
The most I've had is fishing. I haven't been stalked quite yet. Still waiting on that one.
It ain't fun. I've been stalked long before I had a YouTube channel. This little kid that's hounding me now. Yeah, the only reason we don't delete him from the channel is because he's the sort of person who would start using his sock accounts just to drive us crazy. And I actually like my mods. My mods aren't really needed for that much. I wouldn't want them to start having to like work overtime for this just because this little shit doesn't know fucking boundaries.
And that bloodletter was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, if only we had some sort of cyclonic torpedoes.
Man, that would have been useful.
There we go. Heal him up. I'm alive! No, you're not. This is a video game, but my whole existence has been a utter joke. There's this great comic from Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal, and it's this.
I love that comic.
It's so smart bait. You feel very smart. You feel very smart or afterwards. But there's this one where they're on a beach, and it's this like I'm gonna make sandcastles. Hey, Dad, run faster! And like this family out on the day on the beach, and the caption just reads, "These people never existed. Their lives are less than being dead. Never will be, never were."
Wasn't that also the comic where there were some drunk guys in a bar daring each other to come up with a story that makes Hitler into a good person?
Yeah, that was the one where there was like an alien virus that had to have like a mustache. Like it was so unique that a guy had to grow his mustache in such a particular way. So, no one.
So he had to make that mustache hated, so nobody would ever do it.
Yeah, the ultimate sacrifice. Like no one could ever know. Wow, and here I thought you couldn't make Hitler into a sympathetic character.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some great stuff.
Oh shit! There's a fight over there. I didn't realize those guys had appeared.
Yeah, we're almost at our locale now. We're almost ready to go. Oh, there's so many great ones, but they're not like LOL sort of like laugh out loud sort of comedy. It's more, that's kind of smart. Or that I understood that reference. It's kind of like
sometimes it's meant laugh out loud, but usually it's more like that. Yeah.
Now, Cyanide and Happiness is great. I think they did a version of that with the kids on the beach playing. And it just cuts to this guy thinking, and he's like, I wish I could daydream in color. Also, I should stop dreaming about that guy's kid.
Yeah. They've actually started doing a comic version of or an animation cartoonified version of a YouTube channel I watch.
What?
Retro Replay.
Okay.
You've heard of them?
Can't say I have, no.
It's basically two very, 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 very big voice actors in video games getting together and playing video games together, like once a week.
Oh, cool.
Usually older games, which is why it's called Retro Replay.
Your
But you may have heard
reps.
of Nolan North and Troy Baker.
Oh, I think you told me about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they made animated versions of that.
Cyanide and Happiness has made a Cyanide and Happiness animation of them.
Oh, cool.
Like bits from their show.
I know
words.
the Creatures and the Game Grumps got like a lot of those animation styles going on, or co-optional back when TB was
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the one with the co-optional Onion Boy with Jim Sterling?
Probably. I don't remember it though.
Just eating onion sandwiches shirtless in a pile of filth. That's gonna be my life.
I know. Run away. Don't step on me, Papa Nurgle.
Speak for yourself, yummy.
Sick bastard.
Look at those jowls. Look at those pustules. How can you not love it?
I like how his spine is showing. That's nice.
Thaddeus! Oh no! Yes, I love this design.
Oh shit, did you hear that?
What?
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Smashy, smashy. I've literally gone inside him now. I don't know if YouTube can show this.
Disgusting.
And yet, intriguing. One of my most popular comments ever on YouTube is a joke about like the furries. The first recorded cases of the dog people, I think it's called, because there was like this medieval urban, like an urban legend of sorts, that the dog people like lived just off the map in India, and they, oh, what was it? They I basically just start quoting Arch talking about his like it being like a furry, and it was something along the lines of it seems throughout history the same response is always given towards furries: shock, revulsion, and fascination. And that is just yesterday. That's I still got like a message saying you got a thumbs up for that.
It's
Universal truth. There's a furry out there for everyone. It's like, remember Paul's Jude Law rule, or Jude Law list?
yeah.
It's kind of like that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
probably like the Judy Hopps list, you know?
Oh man, I would wreck Judy Hopps.
I was like the more on the human side going. If I had to pick, like, what was her name? The minx from
Yeah.
Animaniacs. Do you remember the blonde one?
Oh yeah, yeah. Or should I say more like Judy Hips? Am I right?
Yeah. What is it? I was
Yeah,
gonna.
I remember the Animaniacs Minx. She was cute.
Yeah.
You want to know who the real gateway, the real furry gateway was, though, for most kids? Gadget from Rescue Rangers.
There's a cult in Russia dedicated to her.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
It's, I mean, like, first of all, how old is she? Like, how old is she meant to be? Are they adults? Are they kids?
Pretty sure that they're adults, or at least teenagers.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
thinking maybe teenagers. They always try to like get the. They always try to get the.
Very unclear.
Yeah. God, we're barely scratching the surface on this motherfucker. This is where the artillery.
And he only started at like 60% too.
Mm. If we can just get him trapped in like a sort of loop, we could maybe. Let's see. I'm gonna go and try to get some supplies and also bring back. Bring back.
Have it just
Thaddeus.
already. I think he got grabbed.
Oh shit! He's deployed something with an 8-pointed star. Not a good thing.
No, no eightfold path for me.
Um, as well as Gadget, another one I think definitely would have been a multi-level sort of awakening. Would have also been like Bugs Bunny dressed up as a girl. Do you remember that from Wayne's World?
Oh, I mean, there's that, but you know what? We can bring this a level higher in Lola Bunny, Space Jam.
Oh god, what I think that's some of those scenes must be directed by Quentin Tarantino because there's so many feet pics of her.
Yeah. And then there's also shit, I forgot the name now. Oh yeah, for people who were fans of the Sonic cartoon, there was that chipmunk or squirrel
Oh
or whatever.
yeah,
Sally,
I think
Sally Acorn, I think.
yeah. Of
The one that
course,
walked around with an open vest and no pants.
or actually most of the furry fandom also overlaps with the Sonic fandom, which I think is very strange because they don't even look, in my opinion, all that like good. They look
No, they
very
don't, but they're definitely furry.
oh, absolutely. But I
But
think
they
that's
look
what
like
Rouge
trash.
was all about at the end of the day.
Oh yeah,
Rouge
she was the
back.
cheesecake character.
Yes. When they did that, it was like a tacit like little like nod saying that hey, guess what? We know that what you like.
But yeah, I don't understand the people who are so obsessed with Sonic stuff.
Oh god, it makes
The
for great meme
characters are
stuff,
so
but
bad.
yeah, that I've heard someone say that there's no such thing as a good Sonic game. I beg to differ, but even then, you have to actually look hard for it. An objectively good one. Because Sonic 1 wasn't very good. Sonic 2 was. Sonic Pinball is pretty damn good as well. But there's
If you're into
so.
pinball,
Yeah, Sonic Pinball was sweet. Sonic Sega the Sega CD or the Saturn on the Saturn that wasn't too bad. But like you have to look far and wide, and most of it is either a glitchy mess or it's just so convoluted with so many like, hey, remember this reference? Remember that reference? Even the TV
you know
show's full of that.
you know what was a better Sonic game than Sonic?
What?
The SNES Roadrunner game.
Ah, vaguely remember that one.
I only vaguely remember it too, but I remember it being better. But I generally don't like games that emphasize the concept of you run so fast that you can't see what's coming and you can't control your character
Side
anymore.
scrolling, yeah, is not great. Instead, it's better if you
It's
can.
like either you're in control of your character and you can't see what's coming, or you just relinquish control of your character altogether. In which case, what's the point? You're not
It,
playing a game anymore.
exactly, it's just a cutscene at that point.
You're just watching a blur go by.
The
I don't see the
Boobler.
fun.
Um, but you know, people like Chris Chan kind of emphasize the worst elements of any fandom, not just the Sonic fandom. It's
Oh,
kind
that's for
of
sure.
like there are people who are obsessed with Pokemon, and of course, also they overlap with furries. Then you've got people who would be like the gadget cult. That would be another example
Yeah.
of just taking it to the scary degree. Uh, and then anime. Oh god, the amount of anime fans that just take they become pure weebs, and it's embarrassing. I watch a guy called Walter Fate, and he goes through a lot of beard stories and neckbeard like nice guy neckbeard sort of stuff. But he also will occasionally talk about weebs, and a lot of those weebs are like apparently like really attractive like blonde women who just will go around and go like remember Minxie.
Nope.
She was kind of like this big boobed YouTuber, and she was like American as fuck, but she would talk in like Japanese, but be really bad Japanese, and it would be
Yeah.
it was so embarrassing for this like grown ass woman to watch her do this, um, and like you'd see her chat would be full of Japanese people going like, please don't do this, you're not Japanese,
Yeah.
There's a story on one of Walter's stories of he what was it said there was this dude who he was like first year in college, and he sat down at a table and started talking to some people, and this guy's girlfriend was there, and she didn't seem interested in anything they were talking about until Japan was brought up, and then that was all she talked about. I wouldn't be very interested in anything else. But the thing is that he was studying Japanese. He was like Japanese American, this dude, and she was like Caucasian as fuck. She would just go on and on and on about Japan, and eventually she said, "What sort of anime do you like?" And he's like, "Actually, I don't like anime." And her tone just sort of switched. She actually accused him of being self-hating and racist because he didn't like
What?
like, yeah, you don't like your own culture because you
There's
don't
way
like
more to Japanese culture than anime, people. Come on.
absolutely, but she was just like going on and on and on. And he just eventually like was like, oh God, I've just got to get out of here. Look at the health. Look at it.
Yeah, I
Look at it.
know.
Yeah.
I'm the only one
Fuck.
still up.
Okay, you gotta rescue us. Forget about attack and just rescue us.
So I'm trying. I was actually trying to get rid of the squad of hammer boys to get them out of the way. I wasn't even attacking Ulker at that point. But yeah, I'll have
Get
to see if I
Jonah
can
out of there
sneak back
first
in.
because he's the weakest. Like he's got the weak amount of health, and then just pull him back, and then do the same for the other two. Actually, if you just get Thaddeus, I should be able to.
I'll make it Thaddeus first so he can be a bit of a distraction. Plus, he's the closest.
And also he can. No
Oh,
shit,
shite.
shit. He won't run
Nope.
away. He won't run away. You gotta just you gotta aggro
Eh.
him. You
No,
gotta aggro him. He won't come.
I
He
gotta
won't.
give him a minute. He'll go. He patrols if you leave for a bit. Fuck's going on in there? See there, he's going to patrol mode. He just totally ignored that missile.
Well, he's a demon.
Not just a demon, like a greater demon.
He are.
All right, Thaddeus, you're up.
Okay,
Fuck out of
teleport.
here.
And
I'll see if I can kill these guys. Ah. Run. What are those guys? The hammer symbol guys.
I think they're plague bearers, just with like close quarters.
Yeah.
Plague champions.
There's some sort of chaos marine in it for sure. Some sort of chaos plague, some sort of Nurgle champion. God, this is a really poorly designed boss fight.
All of them are. Have you noticed? We haven't had one good.
A lot of
fight.
them are, but this is much worse than usual. His
The
health
idea
is
is
too
that you're
high
meant to
and
be
his
bouncing
damage is
around
too high.
this area, like the arena. You're meant to be bouncing around it, but it's just a slow, unpleasant slog of dying, running away.
But the difference is a lot of the other bosses have way too much health, but their damage is reasonable. This guy's damage is way too high as well. So he's a magnitude worse than even the other ones.
Yeah, plague champion.
All right, they're down.
All right, I'll go up and. That's right. Get confused by the slightest thing.
Oh, puke on that building where there's no targets. Good job.
Yeah. His AI is probably struggling as well.
I do love these games, but the boss fights are just no bueno.
Absolutely. They are the lowest energy part of any Dawn of War game.
Yeah. I mean,
Except
it's
for
not.
the first, the boss at the end of the first game where you have to, you're in like the long shit, run.
But I mean, it's an RTS. It's not really meant to be a boss fight game.
That's true. They're just, I just honestly think too much damage spongy going on. There's
Yeah.
just like, it's not fun. Like the whole point of a video game is that it's fun,
Yeah, this is
and
a slog.
this is a slog. This is awkward and janky and just uninteresting.
Look at that. He just one-shots Jonah from full health.
That's ridiculous. All
I mean,
because
he is the mage, but still.
I know, but he was at full health.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing you can do about it. He just walks up to Jonah, and Jonah dies.
This is why I wanted to use that damn orbital bombardment, but no, it's suck
A
right
moment
now.
like that where he's posing for his big attack and he wouldn't move would have been a great spot for it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
But you're right, because other times he might be moving around, and if you don't time it just right, you could waste it. So.
No, it'd be terrible right now if the game crashed.
Well, now that you've said it.
Now that we said it, now we're just. You see, I like to live life dangerous. Seriously, you have 110% permission to just be so pissed off at me if it happens. I'm not superstitious or anything like that, but
Oh, I don't need your permission, sir.
well, then you still get my blessing regardless. Although I'll be terrified because that means I have powers. I cannot. I have the power of the jinx, and yet I cannot fully master them.
Does that mean you're an orc at that
Ooh.
point?
Well, I definitely have I definitely have a vibe. By the way, somebody posted a picture of
A love of the DACA?
the love of the DACA. Someone posted a picture of a guy at the Michigan rallies for like the Corona, and the guy is just screaming at the face of a cop, and someone just goes like, "Dylan, explain yourself," because he looks a spitting fucking image of me. Oh Jesus! Although he had way more hair on his head. And my beard is bigger. I need to get myself. Hopefully tomorrow I can pick up a razor. You know, tomorrow I'm actually off to the protests, so.
Tis quite a beard. Have you not been there yet? I thought you did that already.
Yeah,
to some degree.
on Wednesday I went off to join the protesters, but there was only two of them, and after I had an interview with them, a guard showed up and more or less accused me of being a pedophile because I was recording them.
Because you were recording adults?
No, they were like 16, but they were the only two people there. They held up signs. We talked about it. You'll see the video. You won't see it, but you'll hear it. I'm going to just blank screen it out. Just be on the safe side.
Well, you know what? If Alcair is going to pull me over here, I'm going to go get Jonah.
Might as well. Oh, fuck's sake. Look at that. Like, that was ridiculous. Thaddeus gets up, and then immediately is stun killed.
Yeah. Sounds about right. I'll see if I can get him. Oh, there goes Jonah again.
Where's the nearest... I can't see it. There's no more, like, item drops I could use. Shit.
I don't think so.
But yeah, he put me quite in a bad mood. But anyway, the whole thing was just a foobar. I should have gone Saturday, and then on my way back home, I realised that it's a nationwide protest tomorrow, so I don't have to go into Dublin. There was no reason at all for me to go into Dublin.
How far is that? How long does it take you to get to Dublin from where you are?
It took me 3 hours. The whole trip took me about 3 hours.
Round trip or one way?
One way. So I spent like 9.
Bit of a distance. Yeah, that's kind of like if I went to, similar to me in Toronto. Toronto's like 4 to 5 hours from here, depending on traffic. take some pot shots at the dumbass here.
Yeah, try to get him under 10. There we are. You can just stay there.
Yeah, except he does that thing where he pulls you over.
Also notice that actually heals him up a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's doing like... He pulls you over with his intestines and does a little life drain, I guess.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so I'll be doing that tomorrow, Saturday. I'll go up and then I will edit the video from Dublin and from Carrick. The one in Carrick starts at 3, so we'll just grab the bustle. Won't take very long. Afterwards, I can go and get myself a razor, or at least try to look for one, and finally get myself a shave. It has been too long.
All right. Well, while you're distracting him, I'm gonna do this, or maybe not.
No. The opposite of do.
Maybe I'll just lie on the ground here for a while instead, have a nap. All right, Thaddeus, get your useless ass up.
Huh?
All right, you got Thaddeus back.
Right.
Give him a little XEX there.
He's almost dead. Oh god, his health slowly regenerates.
Well, as long as it's definitely slowly.
Oh my god, I can't believe we never made this reference. Look at Olkir's profile picture.
I don't see a profile picture anywhere.
Yeah, you click on him.
You have to click on him?
Yeah.
Okay. What about it?
It's White Gill Paul.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, just give White Gill Paul some horns and boom, you got the great unclean one.
See, you've got the same smile.
Of course, that's the day they needed ID footage. Worst day of his fucking life.
No. Get off me.
That's right. Slowly. Aha! He's actually using teleporters correctly.
Ah, we're getting so close.
You fool! Now the jinx will become real. There we go.
Aha! Take that, Jinx.
Fatty. Oh, you're not dead. You'll be back in the sequel.
Of course, Nurgalites don't really mind dying all that much, do they?
They get to feast. They get to be food for the new growth.
Mm-hmm. They're really just naturalists, if you think about it.
Yeah, they're the old. This is the end result of Fern Gully.
This is what happens when the pixies get their way.
Yeah. The fucking Tholian from the Thorian from Mass Effect 1.
So this is why the deforestation machine that gets infested at the end of Fern Gully is really the good guy. He was trying to prevent this.
Why do you think the best song in the entire one is sung by Hexus?
He was trying to prevent this grim, dark future.
This worthless jungle land. It's kind of like that episode of South Park where they go to the jungle and it's so bad until eventually the loggers come and save them. And then they make this little song about how shit the jungle is.
Here's the real secret of Fern Gully. It actually takes place on Kachatan, and they're trying to get rid of the Death World status. by getting rid of the jungles.
Yeah, how dare they? Blood Ravens, victory is ours. All two
He
of you
looks
that are left.
this guy looks healthy.
Sought to consume us. Could you speak up? Maybe you give him a microphone? Azariah Kairos, the man with
Where's the
the.
Vox operator? He's not working.
You should just have like a servitor with a box for a mouth just in front of him.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. We are branded as renegades and traitors.
The commander has the Vox set, and the servitor is just walking around speaking his words out of his mouth. Because his mouth is a big loudspeaker.
Shall be our agents of purification within the chapter. Yeah. Except for that part where you killed Diomedes. That was a bit awkward. But
I didn't
otherwise,
kill him.
pretty good.
No, we just beat the shit out of him. He's coming back in the sequel.
Diomedes awaits you there? What? We killed him!
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. Avatar shot him.
You play him in Retribution.
Yeah, but we killed him. Remember, we didn't do it right, and we got corruption. We killed Diomedes. But here he is, just there talking about Diomedes. He's waiting for us because we got the purification ending.
Yeah.
Well done, Derek Relic. I have no idea why your company.
I don't know what you're talking about. We totally didn't kill him at all. I don't know what you mean.
He just a space wizard made him get better. Ooh, Lord Abaddon's getting kinky.
when the final orbital strike came down to destroy his base, he just activated his iron halo at the last second.
Look at Abaddon
or
there. He
looks
looks goofy in comparison to what he does in other games. He looks like a D&D Mongolian warrior or something like that.
Goddamn Mongolians!
My God! Shitty wall! Conquerors of Chaos. We didn't get any bonus for doing that as a co-op, like we did in the last one.
Ah, well, I don't care. The bonus was the friendships we made along the way.
And the demons we killed.
The demons that became friends with our guns.
Yeah, well, our bullets. Here's the custom art. I like watching Aurelia get turned. Like, it looks so organized, and then thousands of years pass inside the warp, and everything gets turned into this iced nightmare. Iced Nightmare sounds like a very goth cocktail.
It does.
What would be in it? I want that guy from How to Drink needs to make up an Iced Nightmare, and it needs to be served in a glass, like a glass skull.
That reminds me of what's that YouTube show? There's this guy who interviews voice actors and then makes his drinks with them at the end.
That could be the same dude. Does he have like a mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same dude.
Maybe it's the same guy. But they call it a different show because it's not about the drink, it's about the interview. But there's always a custom drink with each person. Those are fun.
What's his name? Didn't Conan O'Brien do that for a while? He'd have a bar. Was it either Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon? One of them did the same thing.
But yeah, I like that guy on YouTube. I watched a few of his lately because they had some stuff relating to like The Last of Us on and whatnot. Like I remember they had the lady on who did the voice of Ellie from Last of Us, but of course she's an adult now. Apparently his girlfriend as well, actually, at this point.
Oh wow!
Or at least at the point of recording that. I don't know what about now. Maybe still. I don't know. But they were talking about all that stuff. That was interesting. That was part of the fun thing about oh shit, Steve Bloom was also Eliphas.
Who'd have thunk it?
But yeah, part of the fun thing with Retro Replay, I don't know if I mentioned this part to you before, but they did a few playthroughs that they called their definitive playthrough. So for example, they would have Nolan North playing the Uncharted games
Mm,
and Troy Baker playing The Last of Us.
cool.
But the difference is Troy Baker had played Last of Us before,
Oh,
but
here's the
Nolan
voice
North,
cast. The voice cast is coming up. So keep your eyes peeled
yeah.
for any names. Go on.
The reason this thing came up in the first place is they discovered that Nolan North had never played Uncharted, the game he's most famous for being in.
Chaos Lord
So the
Cyrus.
fans demanded that they do it, and eventually they came along and did it. So he played his own game for the first time on the show, and they called it the definitive playthrough.
Okay.
So that was fun. And sometimes they'd bring in special guests, like they'd bring in some of the other voice actors now and then. And so for the very first episode of The Last of Us, they had in the actress who did the voice of Joel's daughter at the very beginning of Last of Us, before the shit hit the fan, remember?
Yeah.
They had her voice actor in there for that, and that was kind of crazy. Because I think when that was recorded, she was actually like 8 or 10 or something. Because that's what the character's age was, right? Maybe 12. I don't know.
I think she was like 11 or 12 when she dies.
Yeah. So I think the actress was close to that, about the same age. But she's like, whatever it is, like 17, 18 now, something like that. But
The problem with doing voice actor for like kids, if you want to get like a kid to the same age, they can only really be efficient back so far. If you've got a 5-year-old doing voice lines, it'll sound right, but the kid will have no idea of when to say what in what order. You know, like in what way to
it's
inflect or
a bit a
to.
lot of work for the director.
Mm. Anytime I'd watch say Aliens or Blade 3 or a few other places that have like kids in it, it would have you listen to director's commentary, and it would be really interesting to hear like how they got them to think. And most of the kids years later, if they talk about it, would say something like, "Oh, I just thought it was a game." You know, like the way they were talking about it, that they saw it as like a game. They didn't really put two and two together. That it's like they have to look right in this particular way at this particular time. Um, but you know, then of course, child actors grow up and they become incredibly prolific. Like what do you call it? The not Sophie, Williams from Game of Thrones. Uh, what's her name? They did Arya, the girl who played
Right?
Arya. She grew up over the course of those years, and
True.
you could tell that she got like it just became like a day to day, a normal thing to go on set and do all the things that she did. And she went from like being a little scamp, precocious little kid to having a nude scene. You know, like
Yeah.
there's a whole lot. Why don't I remember this scene? Ooh, is this this is unused?
Last Stand.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be the canon excuse for the Last Stand mode.
It is, but at the same time, you can tell they're just doing it as a joke,
Yeah, yeah.
like the way they're moving and shit.
I mean, that's what Last Stand is anyway.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
kind of
a
like there's
goof.
no canon or rhyme or reason to it. They're just doing it for the sake of it.
Yeah. But I don't remember there being a nude scene with her, though. Was that in something
Melissa,
else, or
that was Arya. Yeah, she has
was that
she
in the
that was in the
last
last one.
season?
Yeah, yeah. She
Oh, I didn't see last season.
oh well, there you go. A little bit of a but yeah, she has a sex scene. It's not much of a
Naughty.
sex scene, and she's obviously 18, but it's just so weird that you go from her like playing with the direwolf puppies to her fucking a dude, you know.
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, she's very hardened by that point, though.
of course, it makes sense for her character too, and it also I don't know. If you haven't seen the final series, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a reason why a lot of people are not very happy with it.
I'm just sad that they took out the Starbucks cup.
That petition not last to keep it in? I know the petition got
Evidently,
started, but I
they
don't think it.
corrected it and re-released it.
Oh, fucking no fun.
So if like you go on Netflix or whatever and see it now, it's the version without it.
Yeah,
I think it's a shame too.
it is. It's kind of like there's a few scenes in what's the name of it in Lord of the Rings where you can see one of the backup cars with like a like a camera on the back of it in the scene where all the elves are going through the forest on their way to the Grey Havens. You can actually see like a Ford Toyota in the back, just off into the distance. So they've edited that out by the time the DVDs got released, and then you hear the guy in the director's commentary going, "Oh, I can't see a car anywhere." Well, I've seen the actual base footage where you can see the car, so you guys just cleaned that up, and now you're pretending that no one dropped the ball there. Or
Yeah.
was it Teen Wolf, where you get to see there's like an urban legend that there's a ghost in an episode in like in a there's a
No
ghost
idea.
in it, and like the reason why it's because you can see like this figure in a window as they're walking by. No, Teen Wolf is the dude who has his dick out. Did you hear about this one?
No.
There's a scene near the end of Teen Wolf where everyone's like up on this is the movie, not the TV show, and they're all up on like these bleachers clapping, and they rush in and hug. But then there's a guy up behind them, and you can just see his dick just hanging out there. And apparently that is 100% true. Some guy just whacked out his dick right there in front of everyone. I don't know the context of it, but yeah, it's still there if you want to find it.
That's
Um,
amusing. By the
eh,
way, the Command and Conquer collection
I've been seeing ads for
remastered is
that
out. Just
constantly.
came out today.
I am so tempted because I've got money in the account. I shouldn't though. But what's prices are we talking about here? Let's have a look. View page, Command and
I think it's like
Conquer,
30 bucks Canadian,
20.
roughly.
That's nothing.
It's not bad.
Oh, but it's
I think it's all the games, isn't it?
yeah. Kane gets personal. Uh,
What does that even mean?
it's in the news section. What does Kane have an interview? Dude, do you want to watch it before we go?
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes.
I guess you
Let's,
need to do a screen share or something, or
yeah, yeah. Give me a second. Share.
yeah. I
Whoa.
just noticed because I decided to go through my my Steam Discovery queue real quick while we're chatting.
Can you see it? Can you see my screen?
Let me. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, it's all janky though.
Probably because
But
I'm
go ahead
stream.
anyway.
Yeah, probably because I'm streaming at the same time.
Maybe if I
Uh,
full screen it, it'll be better.
yeah, but I gotta find Steam now. Hold on.
Really. This happens when I'm on with Ben as well. Probably for the same reason. Oh wait, I'm not getting any
Greetings.
sound though.
It is I, Cain.
Pause it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you make sure. I don't know how you make it so I get the sound, but I'm not
Oh,
getting it.
you're not getting the sound.
No.
Shit. Well, then there's no point doing screen share. Just go and look at the stream that's happening now,
Is there
like
a
the
YouTube
actual
video of
YouTube
it
channel.
somewhere that I can pull up? Because then I don't have the delay.
What do you mean?
Hold on. We might as well stop the screen share for one thing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find a YouTube video of the same, or pull it up on. Actually, I guess I just pull it up on Steam, right?
Mm. Yeah, I mean that's where I'm watching it.
1 second. All right. Rewind it to the beginning, and I guess we'll just both start at the same time, so we can be hearing the same thing at the same time.
Okay, you ready to go?
Yes.
One,
Go.
2, 3, go.
Greetings. It is I, Cain. But you knew that, didn't you, my faithful friends? As Old School Gamer P, Chaos Devotee, and Saran Dista SK said on social media, Cain lives!
Frame rate's surprisingly
And
nice.
indeed I
Yeah.
do. Your kind words, your faith, your devotion have not gone
his
unnoticed. You
outfit.
and many brothers like you have been
It's a
extolling
lot
the
better,
magnitude
eh?
of my return. The excitement has been palpable. Brinky One said, I love the smell of Tiberium in the morning. Well, so do I.
I
will
think I'm
be
gonna have
brief.
to try to do the same
Pause
silly
it.
tactic I did on early maps.
Hold on, I just paused. I'm at
Okay.
45. Can I just say one thing? Uh, I think that if Evan shaved off his hair, not his head, but his hair,
He could be Kane,
he'd
yeah.
look like Kane. It's like
Maybe
terrifyingly
he
similar.
is Kane.
Maybe he is Kane. Maybe Kane is like multiple personalities, and like sometimes he has like a few moments of silence, and then he puts on a wig, and he's Evan.
That's why he never ages, because he just has multiple bodies to inhabit.
Yeah, that's what Dream School is. Oh
He just
no.
pumps out a fresh clone when he needs it. But no, there's this tactic I used to do in the first couple of maps just to be silly, because you know how you'd have this sort of like electricity grid where your buildings had to be close to each other,
Yeah.
but whenever you built another building, that sort of expanded your reach.
Mhm.
Just to be silly, because you know, like the Tesla towers would take so much energy to
Yeah,
power.
like 30% of a
You
reactor.
basically had to build a power plant for every Tesla tower you had. Like
Mhm.
just essentially this power plant is powering this Tesla tower. But I did a silly thing on the first map because it's the first map's easy, where I didn't even bother building an army. I just built like a Tesla tower on the edge of my base, and then a power plant out from that, and then another Tesla tower out from that until I had a line
Yeah,
of Tesla towers going towards the enemy base.
I know yeah.
And I
Look at
just killed their base
look at
with my Tesla
Kane's
towers.
eyes. Look at Kane's eyes. Does he have a wonky eye?
Um, I don't think the eye's wonky. I think it's his eyelid is not.
For without
It's
the
a little
harm.
wonkier than the other eyelid.
You don't think you might have had a stroke or something? That's something that happens when someone has a stroke.
I don't know. Like his eyes are still intense and are still looking both forwards. Like he's not pulling a King Cobes on us or anything.
No, no, but there is definitely maybe it was like an injury or something. But there's definitely something with his left eye there.
There's definitely something going
Well,
on with his
technically only
eyelid.
his right, but by the way, I love his apartment. Look at all the books he's got.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I like the skull up there in the corner.
Harnessed power
Yeah, I'm
of
definitely gonna
Tiberium
wish for
crystals, the
this
batteries
grab
in
it on a
this
sale at some point.
modern communication
Let's
device
listen
will
to
There's
not
good value even
last
for
long.
the money it's at now. Honestly,
What? What?
let's see. Is this all of them?
These days, he who controls the internet commands the future. And of course, he who commands the future conquers the past. That is why I'm reaching out to you here. While a lot has changed in the 20 plus years I have been away, some things have not. GDI remains a thorn in my side, a sharp.
He said 20 plus years since he's been away, so he's not acknowledging 4 happened.
Yeah, good man.
Dagger puncturing the very back of the entire Brotherhood, and now, more than ever, we need you, my brothers, to be steadfast. Do not be deterred, no matter the cost. Your mission starts June 5th, 2020. As GenTX said, welcome back, Commander.
I'll have to listen to it later. I was looking at the main trailer like an idiot.
Yeah, I've been just watching the trailer, so if you've been saying over the ending, I wouldn't have heard it. No, like I think I actually might see that we just recorded. I might as well just buy the damn thing.
I'm glad he didn't acknowledge 4. 4 was a pile of shite.
But hold on, 3 wasn't 20 years ago, was it? Wasn't that long?
Roughly, it wasn't far off of it.
3 and 2, maybe. No, not 3. Remaster. These are just the OG ones, so the first 2 ones. Nothing wrong with that. Command and Conquer Middle Earth.
I'm
They're
just trying
just
to figure out what this collection actually includes specifically.
oh, here's a bonus gallery. It looks like it's just going to be sharpened up. That's it.
And the
HID.
resolution thing.
Yeah.
We can go
Jukebox
up.
player if you want to play off the music. Control options. That's not a good
But I
sign.
mean,
We actually have
which
control options. But
which specific Command and Conquer games are in this
the
package?
first 2, plus the
First
expansion
2?
packs. That's what it says right here at the ad. The first 2 ones plus the expansion packs.
Okay.
So it's going to be crisper
Because
and it's going to have
it
the
doesn't
first 2
actually say
games.
in the description.
No, but it says on the ad here.
Like the first trailer video, you
Yeah.
mean? Okay. That's a bit of a goof by them. It should underneath the blurb where it says about this game in the text. They should have said it there too,
Let's see. Expansion packs
but they did
include
not.
the Covert Ops, Battle Tower Red Alert, and Combat Strike, and the Aftermath. Ooh, Aftermath.
So is it just Command and Conquer 1 and Red Alert 1, or
Yep, with all the remasters. So they're obviously
okay?
breaking up. They're going to have Command and Conquer 2, and then probably also have Red Alert 2, and then they'll have which
Because
is I
yeah,
know
I
I know
liked.
2 is Red Alert 2 is beloved by people with Yuri's Revenge.
Yeah, I really like the aesthetic in Red Alert. Like the Brotherhood of Nod has a really cool look going on. Like
Yeah,
very obviously sinister, but very stylish.
peace, true power. And I love how the centuries, like the century and a half passes since the first game, and you get to see how their society evolves. And they all start wearing like battle armor and like neon, like bright red everywhere, and it's all very sort of like almost alien. Um,
And the pure subtlety of having their barracks have a giant hand holding the globe on it.
yeah, they are. Oh, they are 100. Well, the thing is that at this point the world is dying, and they're being led by a guy literally from the Bible. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, like you might want to just bite the bullet and
That's why he never ages, because he's actually a vampire.
uh,
He's the
Vampire the
first vampire.
Masquerade. That's gonna be one of Nod.
Mhm.
Nod's gonna be one of the new clans.
By
um,
the way, I really liked your character in the Bloodlines game. He's quite entertaining.
God, I was actually replaying that last night just for the sake of it. I forget what character did I play, a Ventru or a Toreador?
Oh, you were the Bruja guy in the tutorial, Jack. He looks a lot like you.
Maybe. Like, I'd have to go back and watch that. It has been some time.
But that's something I've seen an interesting fan theory about, like a parent, because there's a guy, he's a Bruja biker guy with a big beard named Jack,
Hmm.
and he's very jovial and just chuckling at people's
Oh, is he the guy who
misfortune
gives you
and
the tutorial missions? Like he shows
yeah,
you how to
yeah,
do things. Yeah, he's
yeah.
voiced by the same guy. He's voiced by the guy who does Bender from Futurama.
Oh, awesome. But he's a great
Yeah.
character, right? Um,
Hmm,
but there's a fan theory of the fact that in actual canon vampire in the tabletop canon, there's a Bruja that looks a lot like him, whose name is Smiling Jack, and I guess he's supposed to be like actually like an ancient and powerful one. I think like he might be one of the antediluvians or something.
cool. Yeah,
And people think that this Jack in Bloodlines is actually him, having
like
been snuck in.
that would be a nice little nod to it. I only know from playing the two vampire games I actually ever played and watching Arch's take on the and the lore series where the LARPer guy out in the he's meant to be like a Ventru, and he's out in the like an old abandoned church, and he's
Oh
like
yeah.
he's all in character, completely in character. He's talking about what the Camarilla is and the history of the vampires, and it's good stuff, but it's all very sort of like you're wondering like does this guy take it a little serious? Then I realized, oh shit, he's actually sponsored by the guys who are making the sequel to Bloodlines.
I hope that turns out okay. I don't know why they're leaving out a lot of the clans, if it's going to be DLC or what.
I'm guessing DLC. I'm guessing they're gonna have like maybe I'm guessing four. This is just going to be a shot in the dark, but anywhere between 40 and or to 60% of the game is going to be have to be bought in, and they're going to be like side
Maybe.
quests, and
Oh,
it might even be stuff that was intentionally taken out of the game, so you're paying back more money for an incomplete
also,
game.
I hope they're not going to be infested by what's been destroying the actual White Wolf lately. Hopefully, they won't be too touched by all that, because White Wolf is going down in the SJW flames lately.
Yeah, I have no
I
idea
don't know if you've seen
what's.
much of the books. The last edition of Vampire that came out is just the character descriptions and everything is like it's obviously the company's being taken over by SJWs, right?
Hmm.
Everything's intersectional and whatever. And the sad thing is, like, you look at the character art because there's always a lot of pictures of example characters in these books,
Yeah.
and they're all completely bland and uninteresting. Every single one of them.
Is it like the new heroes or whatever the hell they're called? That one from a few
No, no,
more.
it's even more bland than that.
Oh shit! So it's like just so they just what hired someone who would claim they would be being discriminated against if they didn't get the job. That sort of logic.
I mean, I don't know how they got in there, but maybe.
Or maybe they
But
just
if
maybe
you
they
read it like because something that White Wolf has always done is what they call character templates, which is like pre-made characters.
yeah,
If you're not sure, if you're new to the game and you're not sure what to do, you
they'll
can
just
just
give you
pick a
like a
pre-made
generic
character.
character dedicated to like
Yeah,
a
it's like a
particular.
quick start. Here's a character
Hmm.
for you. Go
A lot of
ahead and
games
get
do that.
started. But the ones in this is the latest edition of the book, like they're all like, oh, this character is queer and trans and fighting against the man, and
I have
like
to ask,
there's
why
a
would
weirdly high percentage of them that are like
how
that.
would a vampire be any sexualization at all? Can't they not get it up?
I mean, just because they can't function doesn't mean they don't want to.
Well, of course they don't.
Doesn't mean
Whether
that
they want
doesn't
to,
mean they
but
don't still have doesn't mean they don't still have attractions.
they obviously
And I
can't do
believe
it.
in most
Except,
editions of
hmm?
I think in most editions of the game there's a rule where they can spend a blood point to reinfuse their gonads with blood and revitalize them and make them work again
Okay.
temporarily.
Well, that makes sense. It would also explain then how I've heard all these different things. Also, didn't it always made sense though that if anything, women would come out on top in that position because if a vampire can't fuck because it's a dude, okay, that's fine. But women don't really have to worry about anything other than just to lay back. If
Yeah.
they want to get in good with someone, they can just they'll be a
Yeah,
dead lay.
exactly. They can really manipulate people like that. I think they still have the same rule of like if they spend the blood point, then it'll become pleasurable for them
Yeah.
as if they were alive, but they can still fake it even without doing that just to get a
Fucking a
favor out of
vampire would
somebody
give
or
it away
whatever.
really quickly, though, wouldn't it? I mean, they'd be cold and clammy and
Yeah.
like,
So they
ew.
probably should still spend the blood point just to reinfuse the warmth.
Yeah.
Although actually there's one
Although, if they
uh
dominate or they turn you into a
yeah.
ghoul, then you don't care.
Have you played through Bloodlines much yourself?
I've gotten as far as I think you saw in the stream. I tried to boot it up earlier on today, and the game just crashes. I got console commands
Uh
working, so God mode. Yee.
there's an NPC later in the game that will actually hit on your character if you're playing a female character,
Mm.
and you'll have the option to agree to hump them.
And do you hunt
And
them,
the
or do you
best
just like leave and then come back? And
I don't think it really does anything good for you. It's just there, right?
yeah, I
But
mean, hell,
the thing
the
the thing of
blonde.
it, it's funny though because if you're playing a Malkavian character, you can actually freak him out and get him to back away by agreeing to it because the way you agree to it is just disturbs him so much.
um,
I I think it's something like, yeah, yes, let us rub our meat filled or sorry, our blood filled meat sacks together or something like that. And he's like, you know what? I've changed my mind. Never mind.
do you remember that? Was it the blonde woman who has like
In the
split
bar?
person? Yeah, she
Yeah.
one of her personality.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
I was kidding.
yeah. I mean, hell, I played the damn game, and it was so obvious done too.
I
Like
liked how they handled it though.
they handled it well, but I was just there like, all right, she's either got a twin, like she says she does, or more likely she's the same person, and she is. But I mean, she's the
That's why you
slut
never
of the
see them
two.
both at the same time.
Of
Yeah,
course. Well, you do right at the end. But
sort of.
that's just it. Like, you see the two, and one's a slut and one's serious.
I
But
like
the
how
thing
her
is,
costume is like her hair and her makeup are half and half at that point.
yeah, that seems like it would be more effort to do than not to do. Just get a
But
half and half.
there's a way that you can save both personalities at that point.
I think I did that. I think I listened to the
Yeah,
chat and they guided me through it. That would definitely get
it's
some
tough to
views
do
again.
though.
But I think I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go now anyway and
I got to hit the grocery
download.
store myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna download Command and Conquer. So that'll probably be the next game. But of course, tomorrow I won't be gaming at all. I will be um, I will be out recording the protests.
Yeah,
The Sunday, I don't know, maybe then, and if not then Wednesday? I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. These protests, I didn't plan for this, and it's definitely cutting into my cash. I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely something that I still feel the need to do. I need to actually go out and contribute. So tomorrow I will be off doing that, but I will try to give you out some game content as well. So as for when the video's
Nice.
uploaded, I don't know when that's going to be uploaded. Probably when I'm not going to a protest and I plan to go. There's no point me make. I can make a few actually. I don't know. That's kind of up in the air. But right now, I need to just do that tomorrow. But anyway, Krendar, is there anything you? Even though there's no one else here but us, someone in the future.
Well, somebody might
Hello.
be watching the VOD later.
Yeah.
But
Hello. Hello for future people.
in about
You
three
know.
and a half hours, I'm probably gonna be starting to be a little late for yourself, but I will be streaming tonight. Have you seen this game Die Young at all?
I saw you talking about playing it, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'll be playing a bit of that tonight, trying to finally find some goddamn shoes. This character's feet must be all ripped to shreds by now. I've been climbing mountains and running through forests and shit barefoot for hours.
Hey, that's how hobbits do it.
That's true. It's true.
Now I'm back from Dublin.
But yeah, I'll
Every
be
time I cough, I'm worried that
trying to get some
I've
more
got it
progress
wrong.
on that tonight. And next Monday, I'm going to try to finish up my run of Terraria with my friend
Yeah,
that I've been going through that with.
that should be fun. I'll try to pop in for one of them. If I don't pop in tonight, it's probably because I'll be too jarred and too tired, as you do. But if I see
Well,
you,
yeah,
I'll say hi.
it'll be 2 a.m. for you when I even start the stream. So
Yeah, and I'm already a bottle of wine in at this point. So
fair enough.
yeah, these are
Well,
probably the
Monday
last
and Tuesday
sentient thoughts
streams
that I
are
have.
are a little bit closer to your timing, so
Hmm.
earlier in the day.
And again, like if I'm on later, I'll say hi. If not, then
Yeah,
Right.
fair
So,
enough.
also check out the links in the description down below for Krendar. You'll find his link down there. Uh,
Heyo.
you'll find links there if you want to support the BLL movement. You'll find the link to a very useful collection of links for petitions, donations, and just Q&As and things like that.
To be
Uh,
more specific, of course, we're talking about the proper protesters and not the looters and the burners.
No, or the psyop cops pretending to break shit up. But if you
Hmm.
are out protesting, you see a pile of bricks, you don't just leave them alone. Scatter them across the ground and turn them into caltrops, so police cars won't be able to get close to you so quickly because they do happen to be running people over. So anything you can do, but don't use them to break into people's homes. They're there for that very reason to catch you out. But turn it on their heads. That's what they've been doing in Hong Kong. Um,
Yeah.
like if they're gonna play that game, you play right back, but you do it smarter than they do. And speaking of smart, stay fucking safe. Isn't that bad here in Ireland? And it probably won't get that bad. Maybe it should. I don't know. That's an argument for another time. But some places I know Minneapolis is bad. I know places in like Texas are getting bad. I know places in the South in general are getting bad. New York's getting bad. Just keep yourself safe. These are regardless of how you feel of it. Like the police might just fire on you. You might get hit with a bottle by accident. You might be driving down the street and a fucking truck hits the side of you because no one's been paying attention to the roads. It's kind of crazy right now, and you don't need to be another statistic. Uh,
Damn right.
but saying all that, I am going to now go. It has been great playing with your Krendar. I'm looking forward to next week when we can tackle the last of these fucking mountains.
Aye.
Even if we are going to end up playing two campaigns, we'll work that out. If we're still feeling it at the end of it, absolutely. Hell, if we're feeling it, we can do all of them. But I'll see you then, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.